Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Mototech. Previously, some of you guys have asked me with all these GPU mining rigs, IoT devices, crypto mining nodes, how I am securing my network. So today I'm going to show you some of the things I have set up. It's not a tutorial video. However, in the upcoming videos, we will have step-by-step guides. So when I was thinking about securing my network, I was thinking that one of the first things, and also one of the very most important things I should do, is get an overall situation of my own network. Meaning, I need visibility, not only to the network itself, but also to the endpoints, all the devices that's on this network. So now we know we have two major problems. One is looking at the endpoint side. The other side is looking at the networking side. So the endpoint side is more of a, for example, if I have a FLUX node and it's running at Ubuntu OS, I want to know what exactly is happening. Some of the, for example, file integrity, what is actually being done timeline-wise, what's happening to this device, and who authenticated to it. That's something I want to know on the endpoint. And in terms of network, we're talking about if there's any firewall rules being triggered, if there's any, intrusion detection system rules being triggered, application firewalls being triggered, and also what type of DNS queries we're seeing. So basically, in order to see all that things on the networking side, I obviously need my own DHCP server, and that's the one that's basically most of the time it will be the same with your router. I also need my DNS server, and of course, in order to improve DNS query performance, I decided to run my own DNS resolver. Also, I wanted a firewall, a more robust firewall with intrusion detection system, IDS, and intrusion protection system, IPS. So after doing a bunch of research, the product that I went for is pfSense. So you can absolutely install your own pfSense on your own personal device. So personally, I just decided to buy one because it has multiple Ethernet ports, and I wanted to be able to use the VLANs configured on this router. So in order to do that, I will need more than just one or two Ethernet ports. So Netgate pfSense firewall is the one I actually bought from Amazon. It's not too expensive considering you can use it as a router, and it comes with all the firewall, all the softwares, which I will show you later. And it is the SG1100 version. One of the reasons I picked Netgate pfSense is because it has a large amount of documentation. It has great community support. So this is what it looks like. This is just my dashboard. I obviously hid some things. So there's different VLANs here. As you can see, there's the LAN and there's the OPT VLAN. You can see there's the traffic graph, and you can set different firewall rules up here, and there's a lot of things. If you're new to this type of firewall, this type of router, maybe a little bit overwhelmed, don't worry. This video, we're not going to go through those. But in the future, I will show you some tricks and tips on using pfSense. One thing I do like about this is you can keep very detailed logs. You can see firewall logs, DHCP. This is the DNS logs. You can have syslogs and VPN logs and all kinds of stuff. There's also third-party tools you can install on this firewall. This is the one that I monitor one of my VLANs, which is my FLUX nodes are staying on. You can see in the past for daily traffic wise, top IPs, these are the 21, 22, 24s. These are Cumulus nodes. They're still using a lot, both receiving and total sending around 80 together is about 160 gig per day. It shows you what type of protocol it's using. pfSense also comes with a bunch of different troubleshooting tools. You get the basic, obviously. You can try to pin from any of the ports to any of the destinations you choose. You can trace route, you can test different ports, you can see what process is running, look up DNS, you can SSH into pfSense directly. You can also export your syslog remotely. As you can see here, it will let you choose a port, and it will let you send somewhere else. Choose whatever log you want to send. However, currently RFC 5424 is a format, one of my tools that's not supporting yet. I'm currently trying to figure out what the better way to deal with their syslog. So that's the networking side of things, right? Also, I want to take care of the endpoint side of things. So I need a XDR or EDR solution, obviously antivirus. I'm not going to pay for antivirus for every single single device. And in fact, sometimes you can't even find antivirus for, let's say, your IoT device, right? So the tool I'm using is called Wazoo. So Wazoo is actually a unified XDR and SIEM protection for endpoint and cloud workloads. So there's the XDR and there's the EDR. EDR is something like a Microsoft Defender for endpoint. It focuses more on the endpoint solution itself. You also have a SIEM, and this is why I chose Wazoo. It's free, it is XDR, and it has SIEM. It has all these third-party integration available. SIEM is security, incident, and event management system. And the reason I need a SIEM is because actually, if you're new to cybersecurity and if you decide to get into cybersecurity, especially on the operations side, monitoring, blue team, and all that stuff, you're probably gonna get, most likely you will get asked, hey, have you used a SIEM before? And this is actually a good opportunity for you to practice because it is a free, and especially you have all these devices you want to monitor, why not, right? Like imagine you have, let's say, 10 different devices, endpoint devices, and you have 3 different network devices you want to monitor. Instead of logging into each one of them and look at the syslogs, look at their own UI, I want to be able to pull all that stuff into one centralized location where I can create detections, where I can trigger alerts, where I can have third-party threat intelligence for me to look at, map it to MITRE ATT&CK framework and all that stuff. You need a more holistic security view. And this is why you need a SIEM. As you can see, it provides all different kind of dashboards and all that. I have 3 agents running right now, 2 on Ubuntu, 1 on a Windows 10 Pro. This is actually my Wrath of Lich King private WoW server. I can play with my friends. And obviously I want to see what's been happening here. This is the FIM file integrity monitoring. It will show me all these registry key change and all that, which is great. Even EDR tools like Cyber Reason doesn't even have that feature for Windows devices. And that's why, like, when a free tool like Wazoo offers it, like, of course I'm gonna go for it. It also has mapping to MITRE ATT&CK framework. Also you can choose different compliance, let's say NIST 800- or HIPAA or GDPR, SCA, security configuration assessment. When you install the agent, it will run an assessment benchmark. It will tell you what's passed, what's failed. And when you click into it, it will tell you more detail. For example, looking at one of these failed events, it will say relax minimum password length limits set to enable. Probably want me to change to disable. It even tells me how I can change it. There's actually obviously multiple ways to change it. One of the ways to change it in registry key, it shows me how to do that. If there's like a spiking events, obviously you want to kind of check it out. Hey, why is there a spike of events? What is happening and all that stuff, right? What about Cumulus 3? It does have a UFW. It's a firewall change. I'm curious what type of rules changed. So I'll definitely check that out later. Of course, if you install something like Suricata, you can also import Suricata logs from your endpoint to this Wazoo interface or server or manager, whatever you want to call it. And I will have future videos explaining how to do those things step by step. I'm also very interested to hear what you have set up, how you're providing protection for your own network. Don't forget to subscribe and like my videos. Thanks for watching. This is Tech. I will see you next time.